Mario Italiano was born as a quick sketch in the break room of a factory I was working at in 2001. At the time I was living with my girlfriend that I'd been with since high school and her younger brother John, which is this guy right here. We had set up a studio in his room, unbeknownst to him. We just kind of ignored his sleep schedule and did whatever we wanted in there. A lot of art, a lot of drawing. I'd always been passionate about comics, so that was one of my main focuses. And I'd been looking to get back into it after taking a break. So this character seemed like it might have some pull. So I ended up calling him Mario Italiano, and we started to make this mobster comic. But if we were going to stand out in a genre as cliched as the mob, we'd have to make it a little different. So we went for a really wacky art style, some crazy off-the-wall character design. And that kind of made it, stand out a little bit. We also tried to add a lot of humor into the, over-the-top violence we were producing with this comic.
Yeah, he used to just come into my room and he'd bounce ideas off me. And really what it came down to, he was just trying to rope me into kind of developing this project with him. So he eventually did rope me in. We would draw, night and day around the clock. We really would try to blend our styles, where I would draw something and he would ink it. And, basically we started making a comic. And we got through the first issue, which really built like the characters and the world. We drew a complete second issue, and we had a whole third issue planned. We wanted to basically come out with like a mini series or a graphic novel, and then life.
Yeah, so we get this third issue rocking and rolling. It's actually going pretty well. And about halfway through, real life starts to grab us. I end up getting married to Beth, John's sister. We both start new jobs, and that starts pulling away at all the time I had to spend on the comic before. Long hours come in, big bills, we buy a house. John ends up moving away to California, and the comic kind of goes by the wayside. It sits on my desk, and I look at it once in a while. I finish a page here and there, but without John pushing me and me pushing him, it kind of just fell off. So the career and the family went well. I had a couple kids, everything was going good, but after a while, the grind was just getting to me. The job was very stressful, and it wasn't worth the financial security. So I started to look for an escape. So I kind of got back into the art world and drawing a little bit more, but I still hadn't found, that creative niche where I could get out of my current grind. So one day I walk into work, and it was crazy. I see a couple of my friends. They're huddled over their phones, they're playing this game. I, of course, loving games, go up and see what the heck they're doing. And they're playing a card battle game. I had never played these before, and it was really intriguing. So I download it, and we start trading cards, and I really get into it. The game is super fun. I can't believe I never, experienced this before. So I start playing this a lot, and the more I play it, the more I see the resemblance to the world that we built 10 years ago at this point. So, these games all have divided factions. Within the faction, they have a bunch of different cool characters. It's not a lot of 3D animation, so I'm thinking, man, I could maybe do this. This is doable for me. So I thought, let's make the Mario Italiano into a CBG. How cool would that be? So, that's kind of where the idea came from.
Yeah, and what worked out really good is I had just moved back from California. Actually all over the place. I kind of did the starving artist thing. I hopped around from California, Las Vegas, Florida. And by this time I came back, and, I was married with 3 kids of my own. Mike approached me about doing this game. And surprisingly, my wife was really on board. I was really looking for that creative outlet. And I was also really looking forward to kind of getting to know my brother again, because I had been gone for, maybe 5 years, and we had kind of lost touch. And so it was really nice for us to kind of get back together and start doing, something creative again and get our creative juices flowing.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really thought he was going to tell me to, jump in a lake, but, it actually worked out. So we start having a couple meetings, and we figure, okay, we're going to do this, but we really don't know how. We want to build this game, but we know art. We know video games, but we've never written equations, built gameplay. We don't know how to code. I had no intention of learning. So what are we going to do? We had this great idea, but we have a lot to learn, and so we kind of figured, all right, let's just dive in. So we learned as we needed to and kind of taught ourselves the things we needed to know at the time. and we ended up getting a firm to code it, so that took care of that whole mess. But if we were going to do this, we were going to do it right. We were going to take care of all the wrongs that we experience in these games and kind of turn them right, So we wanted to do a lot of innovating to make the game more playable and more fun for the player.
For more information on the game, you can follow us at marioitalianogame.com, or you can check out our blog at BooyaSquad.tumblr.com.